Hello, Miss Sanders Mathematicians. I'm coming to you with another video. This week, or this unit, has been all about percents, and you have learned how to do a percent proportion, and you've learned how to do a percent equation. The percent proportion you learned was part over whole equals percent over 100. You also learned how to do a percent equation, which was part equals percent times whole. But the percent in this equation has to be in decimal form. So I'm going to practice with you doing both on questions 1, 2, and 3. You have the rest of the packet to complete, which is questions 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Do not worry about section B. Do not worry about section B. So let's get started with questions 1, 2, and 3. If you like the color code and get you some resources at this time to do so, whether that's highlighters, color pencils, you know I like to color code everything, so I am going to utilize my resources. Pause the video now if that's what you want to go get. Awesome. So here we go. You want to buy a sweater. That is 25%. We're on question number 1. If the original price of the sweater is $38, how much will your discount be? So in this problem, they told me that the sweater has a discount, which is 25% off. So I know that I'm comparing two things. I'm comparing the total cost of the sweater, which is on the bottom, the whole, which is the total cost and the percent. And then I'm comparing the discount of the sweater. So they gave us a percent, they gave us a total cost, and they're asking us how much will the discount be. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in what I know. I know that the sweater is 25% off the price. So if it's 25% off the price, that means that the total cost is going to be 75%. I'm going to pay 75% for the sweater. I know that my 100 always stays the same, and it's always at the bottom. I also know the total cost of the sweater, which is $38. But what I don't know is the actual cost of the discount. I know the percentage of the discount. I'm paying 75% of the total cost because it's 25% off, and 25 from 100 is 75. So now that I don't know the discounted actual price, I can put X as the part, or I can put P as the part. From there, you know how to solve it. You know how to multiply these two numbers here and then divide by the 100, which will give you the cost X. And that will give you your answer. Figure it out. You got it. If you were using the percent equation, remember, the only difference is your percent has to be in decimal form. So I'm looking for the part again. I don't know the part. My percent has to be 0.75 because it has to be in decimal form. And then the whole is $38. So all I have to do is multiply these two numbers, and that will give me the part. I can't wait to see the answers that you come up with. Next question. If you ate a 315 calorie meal and 95 calories are from fat, about what percent of the meal is from fat? So they gave us 315 calories. That is what the whole meal, that's how many calories is in the whole meal. And of that meal, 95 of those calories are from fat. So they gave us a part because the part of the meal that is from fat is 95. They gave us the whole because this is the calories for the whole meal. And they're asking us what percent. We do not know, we do not know the percent. So I'm going to use the percent proportion because in this equation, it's better to use it if we're looking for the part. So I'm going to use the percent proportion because I'm looking for the percent. But there is an equation you can use if you do want to. It's percent equals part over whole. So you would just divide the part over the whole, and that will give you the percent. Either one. But I want to give you a formula that always works, which is why I love the percent proportion. You can do whichever one you want, but the percent proportion never changes. The percent equation can change depending on which one you want to solve for. So I'm going to do both. Again, I have the part, which is 95, and I have the whole, which is 315. And even though the percent equation looks easy, if you don't know which one you're solving for, or if you don't know how to manipulate the formula each time, it can get very difficult to use. So of course you would just divide these two. It would give you the percent in decimal form, and then you would have to times by 100. Whatever you get for the percent, you would have to times by 100 to get the percent. So that's why that one is a little bit more difficult. Whereas this one, it's already in the form that it's going to be. So here is our part, 95. Here is our whole, 315, equals 100 on the bottom because it never changes. And the percent on top is what we're looking for. So in this problem, all you have to do is multiply 95 and 100, and then divide by 315, and that's going to give you the answer to your percent. And you do not have to times by 100 because it's already in the problem. Notice how 100% is not in these problems. So that's why you have to go back in times by the 100. But this one, this formula is always the easiest to use because it never changes. So let's look at the very last problem. You want to leave a tip for a meal that costs $17.95. If all you have is $3, what percentage tip will you be able to leave? So again, I'm going to work with the percent proportion. If you want to, again, we're solving for the percent. So you would use the same formula here, part over whole equals percent. And then whenever you get it, you have to times by 100 to get the percent cost. But I'm gonna go with the one that never changes. It always stays the same. So in this problem, I have the whole, because that's what the cost of the meal is, $17.95. That's the entire meal. I have $3, and that's what I want to leave as a tip. So that's the part. And I'm trying to figure out what percent of $3, what percent of the whole is $3. So I know that the 100 always stays the same. And I'm looking for the percent. I do not know. And at this point, you know how to solve it. You know how to multiply 3 times 100 and then divide by $17.95. And that's going to give you the cost of the percentage of the tip that you will be able to leave. I can't wait to see the answers that you come up with. Of course, I didn't work them out for you. I just showed you how to set them up because you are great mathematicians and you can use a calculator to solve. I'm really looking for, do you know how to set up your problem? Because if you don't know how to set it up, you cannot solve it and you will not get the right answer if this is not correct. So I'm looking forward to seeing your 4 through 8 and the answers that you come up with for 1 through 3. If you still don't understand, replay the video. Replay the video if your fly went by. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.